Hello, welcome to this first video. This time we'll speak about available satellite images and data. So let's have a look about the raster model. Raster model, the world is represented as a surface divided into a regular grid of cells. So you see all the features in the land are represented as squared, as cells that has the name of pixel, and each pixel has a ground size called spatial resolution. We see later this detail. And the satellite images store the reflectance value of each single feature on the Earth. Let's say that each single feature has a value of reflectance of the sun in this case, and these values are stored by remote sensors as a different wavelength. Let's say that the water, for example, has a high reflectivity in the blue and a very low in the infrared, while the vegetation, due mainly to chlorophyll, has a higher reflectance in the green and infrared wavelength, while it is a very low value in the blue and red. So let's speak about spatial resolution. You see that this is two different images with different spatial resolution. So it means that they can be used for different purposes. So let's say that with these images you can perform a land cover map at a scale of 100,000, for example, while with this very high resolution, this is such a Google Earth, for example, you can perform high detailed land cover maps or cadastral, let's say. Let's have a look to satellite images that are available for free. This is, let's say, the Landsat family that you see started from 1972 with different sensors until Landsat 8 that is currently providing images also for free. And this family has very useful. It's very useful for multi-temporal analysis at a low detail scale, because you see that the pixel spatial resolution, let's say the dimension of the cells, is 30 meters or 50 meters for panchromatic. So they say that you cannot see objects that a lower value than 15 meters. And at the same time, we can see that these images are very useful for multi-temporal analysis, since, as I told before, data are available since long time ago. This is a overview of the detailed overview of the Landsat family. You see that at the beginning, Landsat 4, we have only 5 bands, while now in the last Landsat 8 we have 11 bands with different wavelengths that allow us to have several information because, as I told you before, the object has a different reflectance at different wavelength. So for each object we have his base value for 11 different wavelengths. You see is the wavelength intervals, and so it allows us to have a lot of information concerning land cover, water, pollution, and so on. The Landsat are available sort of x and y coordinates, internal coordinates. It's called path and row. Here you can have a map of the different path and row of Landsat. For example, I can define a single image by giving his path and row. In this case, for example, this one could be 170 and 60. And when you look for a different images and you don't know maybe it's path and row, through this website you can have the latitude and longitude, and you convert them to path and row, so you will know which is the path and row of the images given a defined coordinates. So let's have a look to other available data for free. That's MODIS, for example. Its instrument is operating both Terra and Aqua spacecraft, and view the surface of the Earth every 1 or 2 days, while Landsat usually has passed over the same points twice a month. And so you see that it has 36 spectral bands, so it gives us a very useful information with 36 different bands, but the resolution, you see that is 250, 50 meters, and 1000 meters, so they can be used as very low detail scale. Another sensor is the AVHRR, that is a sensor that is used mainly for, you see, cloud and surface mapping, land water boundaries, snow ice detection, and other environmental topics. And you see that the resolution is 1 kilometer, and It means that it can be used, let's say, for national level, or say not detailed information, but as well it is for free, and so it can be used for different purposes. So then let's have a look where we can find this data. You see, this is Earth Explorer. It's a website from where you can download a very large set of data. And first of all, you can enter a search criteria. So you can enter or an address, let's say, in the city, or as well, if you register, it's for free. You can enter your shapefile or KML, and automatically it will show you all the information you need for the selected areas. As I told you before, you can enter or the name of a place, in this case Florence in Italy, or as well you can enter, you remember that Landsat is defined as path and row, you can enter your path and row, and then automatically the website will show you the available Landsat images, in this case at the given path and row. Or as well, if you zoom, you can set use map. And in this case, you will see all the available satellite images in the frame of your zoom in the website. Then you can also select the data range and other parameters, and for sure in the datasets you will select which kind of images you need. Another website from where you can download data is the Global Land Cover Facilities through the ESDI interface. You see, this is all the information you can download. So you see there is a very wide set of data. And you see, ESDI as this interface, you can search your data through three different let's say procedure: map search, path and row, or product search. You see, this is through the map search, you set which set of data you want, you zoom and you select. Inside the website there is a very detailed guide to show you how to search the images. Then you can start data and date, and then you see you can browse also by product search. You have the list of the available set. There are much more. This is just a screenshot. Once you select on the desired data, you see all the available images that you can download. You select, then preview and download, and you download on your computer. If you are, let's say, skilled expert, you can also define the sensor, start date and date, or new since, which is the say the sensor, the information, the data you want to download, then the start path and start row, end path and row, and then here you will have the overview of the area you select, and you can download your information. Another website is gvSIG. You see, you can click on it. This is the interface. You can select by zooming the images you want to download. You can set up also the period, and also, let's say, the maximum cloud allowed, because for sure if you have a high density of cloud, you will not be able to see the information of the data. And this is other, let's say, information I've set. I put here also in the, if they're not strictly satellite images, but there are raster data available for free, and there are raster data derived from satellite images. You have the Landsat forest cover change. So there is a raster with different color according to different forest cover change. You see that this is the class available, and you can use this for several purposes of, let's say, environmental investigation. You have a tree cover continuous fields, and you see this is just two images of the same part at different data, and you see by analyzing them you can see the change between 5 in 5 years. So it can be used for change detection. You have as well the gross primary production over 8 days. So you see that there are all information that are available for free, as I told you before, at 1 kilometer of grid. So it's not used for very detailed information, but if you work at national level or province level, they can be used for detecting changes over time. There is as well the leaf area index as a mosaic over 8 days. So you see that it's very frequent acquisition of data. and also the land surface temperature that are for sure, as I told you before, they're not detailed information, but they're for free and they are all over the year and in the past, so you can perform very important changes detection during the years. As well, there's a AVHRR land cover, different classes with different resolution. As you see, this is an example, so you can have for free maps that you can use for several purposes. Other information you can download for free on the web concerning, let's say, data derived from satellite images. There are the global map data, so you have the national data, the global land cover, and global vegetation, and they are downloadable completely for free. As well, for people working in Africa, you can download the images as a low resolution, but already clipped. So they are very useful if you want to insert into a report or just analyzing already clipped information clipped on administrative boundaries, so national or provincial level. So let's say now we can search and download images. In the next video, we'll try to use them. Thank you.